Howdy, this is Nutz on Kleines Land. This is episode 1. Hopefully you guys will stick around to see what happens. Alright, we are on episode 1, Kleines Land. Oh my gosh, I tell you what, this is a small map, guys. Super small. Let's take a peek at it right here real quick. Let's bring it up on the menu. It's not big at all. It is not big at all. Taking a look at map, or I should say the field prices, this is the main farm. This is the main one. We're going to go ahead and buy that in just a second. But first, we're going to kind of poke around, look at some of the stuff that we got going on here. As you can see, the prices of the fields are just not very high by any means. This guy up here is probably the most expensive at $136,000, which is not bad. It's not bad, not at all. But here, I just kind of want to walk you through what we're going to be doing on this playthrough real quick. As you guys may not know, you probably will by taking a look at this. This is my very first YouTube video. Oh my gosh, we're going to see what happens. I think it's going to be great. It could be good things to come, but I am not sure. So hopefully you guys will stick around and see what ends up happening. So like I said, this is Kleines Land, and a couple of the things we want to do here on this particular playthrough before we say we're done. We're good to go. Wipe my hands, throw them in the air. We're good to go. We're done. A couple of things we need to do for this particular gameplay is we need to get a total of $1 million. Now, that's not $1 million in the bank. That is, if you come over here and take a look, there we go. If you take a look at this, we are going to be looking at, oh geez, where is it? Total income. So BGA income, contract income, harvest income. These three categories right here we will add together at the end of every single day. I'll keep a running total of what has to happen, and we'll go from there. Now you'll see right here, I did start this on, oh geez, what the heck is it? Start from scratch. One of the things I'm doing is I'm cutting the amount that we would have right in half. So instead of starting with $250,000, or I should say $500,000, we are going to start with $250,000. That's one of the little criteria we have. Like I said, the second one, or the other one, is that we need to get a total of $1 million. That might change. We may end up changing that. The other thing I want to be able to do on this is I want to max out all of the animals. And what do I mean by that? Let's come over here like this. We'll visit this. Oh my gosh, we were in the chicken pen. Phew, that was a close one. All right, let's take a look at this. Oh, I can't. Well, I'll tell you what. We'll go ahead and we will buy this land because this is going to be move number 1 for us. We want to go ahead and purchase this land. We want to have the main farm. It's just what we want to do. But also it'll give me an opportunity to show you. So you see I have the, I think it's the animal pen extension mod. I believe that's what it is. You can correct me if I'm wrong. I'm going to go ahead and post all my mods that we're using on this. There's not a ton, but as you can see, we can max this particular chicken coop out at 30 chickens. So I want to be able to max out everything, get everything. That goes for, we have chickens on this map. There are cows, sheep, and horses. Now this area over here, this is a different chunk of land. So we'd end up having to buy that at some point as well. We'll look at that in just a little bit. Now, the biggest hurdle that we need to pass or jump over on this particular gameplay is we cannot and will not use anything, any tractor, any harvester that's over 100 horsepower. Now, you might be thinking to yourself, holy cow, this guy's nuts. His very first video that he wants to throw out there, and this is what he decides to do? You're darn right. But you have to remember, guys, if you go back and you take a look at this, Let's see this field right here. What is this field? Field 1's the biggest field we can buy. 1.09 hectares. It's not very big. It's not very big. 100 horsepower is very doable. It's not outrageous. I was playing a little bit on this map prior just to see kind of what's going on, what the feel is, you know, what do we really have to do to make the magic happen here? And I tried using some larger harvesters as I bought this field over here right away. Wanted to get larger harvesters, and it felt almost too easy doing this. So obviously going ahead and have 100 horsepower max, that is going to be it. Now you're already probably going ahead and thinking to yourself, hey, let's go over here to the shop, let's take a look, because all right, we already know what visit. There we go, visit. We already know what harvester you're going to have. You're going to have the Bison. That's the only one that's available that you can purchase. Oh my gosh. Well, we do have a couple mods in here. And one thing I did do is, there we go, right button, good. I did get us a couple tractors, because you come through here, you take a look. Yeah, there are a couple in-game ones we can use that are under 100. There's not many. I've seen one so far, but we did get a couple of these other guys in here. Now, I'm probably going to end up buying this guy. As a matter of fact, let's go ahead and buy this guy right off the bat. I like this guy. I got this one, this mod recently. It's really snazzy. I kind of like it. Oh, and it does have all these other options on what you can go and do and buy. I will go ahead and I'm going to get... Yeah, we're going to go ahead and get the wide tires right off the bat. Let's just do it up right, get it done. And one thing that does kind of stink is that this tractor does not have the ability to put a front weight on. It is what it is, you know. But it does meet a requirement. It's under the 95 horsepower. And this thing, I tell you what, I've used it before. It's a workhorse. It'll do the stuff for you. So we're going to be good with this guy. So we'll go ahead and jump in and buy this guy right off the bat. But I mentioned harvesters. We got to just buy the Bison. We have to. I mean, that's the only thing we can do, right? Bison, and then after that, it just jumps up from there. Oh my gosh. That's not the case. We ended up buying this little beaut. 74 horsepower. Look at this guy. Would you really just look at that? That thing is a beaut. Absolutely. Look at all those belts. Holy cow, that's so dangerous. Absolutely dangerous. But that'll be what we end up getting. We're not going to worry about that just yet, because I'm not sure how we're going to want to proceed. Do we want to buy what fields do we want to buy first? So long story short, we made it so that we can go ahead and buy anything, and we just can. That's just the way things are going to end up going. So what I'm going to go ahead and do here is, now that I got this tractor, I'm going to drive it. No, we'll leave it right here. We'll leave it right here. Let's take a look at our map. Oh, shoot, that's not even the right button. Let's take a look at our map. What fields do we want to get? What fields do we want to get? I mean, technically, with the amount of money we have, we could buy a lot of fields. I don't want to buy a lot of fields. Let's see here. How much is this field? 2. And we have precision on. As you can tell, we have precision farming on, so it's that extra layer of realism, I guess, if you want to say it. You know what? I think what we're going to go ahead and do is, I had gotten this field before on one other gameplay time I was playing this. I was just kind of monkeying around. I think we're gonna go ahead and buy this one. We're gonna go ahead and buy that one. All right, and I believe that field right there. Let's go ahead and take a peek. It is ready to harvest. Let's see what's actually on there. It needs plowing. That figures. That is canola. All right. Well, let's pop back out here. We're going to purchase our brand spanking, don't put your fingers too close to it, international harvester. Oh, yeah. Oh, man. I mean, this couldn't get any better. I don't even see what changed. Well, I can't see what changed, but I'm not paying money for something I can't even see what changed, so we'll buy this behemoth. That's for sure. Back, we got to get headers. Now, one thing I did notice is that I can get both corn and grain with this, but they're both in the headers section. So I just got to remember to look for that. We'll grab that since we're getting canola. Might as well buy it right away. And then what we'll go ahead and do is we're going to purchase a trailer to actually go ahead and throw some of this stuff in right off the bat. I know this guy is kind of a standard cheapo, but I like it, so we're going to go ahead and do it. We'll just upgrade it the one time, and that's probably it. We probably won't have to worry about upgrading this thing for quite some time now, so let's buy that. Oh, my delivery space is blocked. I forgot. This is an incredibly small... Well, it's because I was standing in the way. It's an incredibly small purchase point, but the whole map is pretty small, all in all, so it's not that big of a deal. Get this back up there. We'll throw a cover on it. Why not? Why not? All right. So if you guys don't mind, I'm going to go ahead and step out. I'll get this stuff back to the farm, get our harvester over where it needs to go, and I will be back. All right, welcome back. Now, you guys have to hear this thing. I started this thing back up at the shop, and oh boy, I regret I didn't have it recording, so you guys got to listen to this. We're going to go ahead and get this guy started up. Oh man, I love it. I absolutely love it. Oh man, so what we're going to do is I'm going to throw a helper on this real quick while I go over a couple other things. So we'll get that rocking and rolling. Oh yeah. She is a beaut. That is an awesome piece of machinery. Alright, so let's see what's going on here. What are we doing? What are we absolutely doing here? We're going to have this on normal economics for the time being. That might change. You know, you never know how the economy might handle. Traffic, we're going to be leaving on dirt, normal, off, 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 off. We don't want any of that. We are going to have weeds on. I'm going to turn this off right away. Plant growth we're going to have on normal for the time being. I think normal will be a good enough spot for us, to be honest with you. Plant withering on, crops destruction on, periodic plowing and lime will all be on. I got to turn that over. We'll have that on dollars. I think this, yeah, we'll just leave it like that for the time being. Yeah, and I think that's it. So I just wanted to kind of show you what we were doing in there. Like I said, we will be doing precision farming, so that means we are going to have to get this field taken a look at. I could go ahead and do it myself, but I should say I could have it just done by clicking on it and, hey, you know, go ahead and do this for me. But I think we're actually going to get the piece of equipment that we need to do this. Okay, I was just wondering what the heck was going on. Why are they driving through all that? I forgot I had a helper on. So we will actually go ahead and right off the bat, because I don't want to miss out on the opportunity. I want to know how my fields are actually doing. So we will jump over here. And where are you? Oh yeah, we got this baby in here too, so watch out. We may need to do that. Maybe. But we'll go ahead and we'll buy the Scout right off the bat, because it's just something we are going to need for moving forward. Alright, so what I will do here is I'm going to tab over to this guy. We're going to drop that trailer. And here is our little Massey Ferguson. Look at this thing. She's a beaut. She is a beaut. We'll drive over there. This will give us kind of an opportunity to look at what's going on here. So this is kind of our main farm. Oh, shoot. That's the town over there. I used to having auto drive or something like that on, but I took it off. I think I might, just so I could have my my mouse clicker on. But we have our farm right here, and this is the cow pen. It's pretty sweet, pretty darn sweet, that's for sure. Let's take a peek over here. This right here is where you go ahead and you throw your feed in. So we'll go ahead and open up the doors right away. And down over here is where you put in the water. Now you're asking, where's the straw? The straw goes in over on this side. These front doors open, but this little bugger Yeah, this little bugger does not open. And what ends up happening when you purchase cows? They're able to kind of walk around out here, graze, and then wander on in here and do whatever the heck they want to do. So it's a pretty neat little thing we got going on there. And this, I tell you what, this place has just tons and tons of storage, massive amounts. It's actually pretty spectacular for the size of map. Let's take a peek at right in here, and this should be the grain silo. Now this is, I don't know about you guys, but this is pretty slick if you ask me. I like this drive through the grain silo as a building. That's pretty darn neat. So what I'm going to do really quick here is let's take a peek at this. Oh my goodness, what are we doing? There we go. Go like this, and yep, so we only have 250,000 liters that we can put in there, but again, we're dealing with a super small map, so 250,000 liters is really not too much. I don't think we really have an opportunity to get close to that unless we're doing all of our fields in potatoes or sugar beets or something like that, which I'm not too sure what we'll be going ahead and doing. If we will be doing ahead and doing sugar beets, or if we'll be doing potatoes on this, I'm not entirely sure what I'd like to do. Let's take a look at this. This is a good thing to take a peek at since we're right here. Oh, where is it? Right there. So if you take a look on this map, well, that's actually going to be a terrible example. Let's get up here to the shop and get our soil sampler real quick, and then we'll take a look at the map. Alrighty then. Perfect. Now we go ahead and we take a look at the map right here. You'll see how there's an F right here. So these two areas are the little forestry areas, and the double W are the grass areas. Now, I believe the reason why the grass areas aren't G or fields or something like that is, I believe in German, grass fields or an equivalent to that is actually spelt with the W at the beginning. So I want to say that's the reason why that's on there. Like I said, I don't remember exactly which one that actually is saying which one it is, but yeah, you kind of get the picture. And that's the forestry area back there. That's one of the forestry areas. It looks pretty neat. I have not taken the time to drive back there at all yet. Maybe we'll go over there and take a peek at it at some point, but I'm not sure. We'll find out. We're going to find out. So let's drive on up over here, and what we'll do is we'll actually take this soil sampler and set it down into one of our sheds. This one is not one of our sheds, but I want to open this door up so as a reminder to myself, you need to fix your vehicles every time, or from time to time. So that's just kind of a mental reminder for myself to get over there and actually fix my vehicles. I've gotten in a pretty bad habit of not doing that for some reason. I'm not sure why, but I just don't always remember to. So yeah, I'm just gonna do the best I can. I guess that's all I can ask for. All right, so let's open up some more of these doors here really quick. Oh, come on. There we go. Yeah, we just open everything up. Now, I probably won't leave these doors open all the time, but for the time being, when I'm just kind of wandering around, getting more used to this map, I think I just want to leave some of this stuff open just so I can kind of have a better feel for what's actually going on, where my things need to go, and what's happening here. So let's take this guy in here. Oh boy. There we go. That was a bit sketchy. Alright, let's dump this guy off right over here. Nice and neat. Perfect. There we go. I'll just hop in cab. Sometimes it's just nice and neat. Easier. I don't know about what you guys think, but for me it's a little bit easier just to jump in cab and drive around. And since we're in cab, let's see here. Oh no. Bad news, guys. I don't see a cup holder. Oh my gosh. Now you might think, why do you need a cup holder? Well, tell you what, I love coffee. And I don't know of a single farmer out there that doesn't drink lots of coffee. All right, now that guy up there is going pretty slow. What's going on? Is it full or what's happening here? Let's park our tractor right here. And I'm just going to tab over instead of running. Oh, it is full. And it did not give me a notification. That's kind of unfortunate. All right, well, yeah, well, let's hook up the trailer, get up there, get our load, and see where we go from there. Yeah, I like this little lumber mill. It's got like a this whole map has just a quaint little farming community feel to it. It's pretty neat. I really enjoy this. This has got darn good detail, I tell you, just darn good detail. Yeah, I really like the maps where you kind of feel like, yeah, you know what, I can see that. I can see that being here. Oh boy, that's going to take a while. All right, so I tell you what I'm going to do, guys. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to finish this up, and I will bring you back in when I get this all taken care of. All right, so I'd figure I'd bring you back in as we're finishing up our harvest. We got everything going on in here. I just wanted to bring you in so you can take a look and see how this little bad mamma jamma is. It's pretty darn sweet. It has a wider header than the bison, so it already is slightly. Oh my, there's a tree there. Watch out for that thing. It's already doing much better. And as you can see off on the little map screen there, you can see that we just did not get a super good yield out of this field. It wasn't great. It wasn't absolute worst, but it wasn't all that good. So we're going to have to look and see what we can do to make some improvements on this. It might be fertilizing. It might be doing some lime. We don't have a ton of cash to be doing a lot of different things at this moment, so we'll just take and see. One of the things that happened while I was actually harvesting this field is I turned the harvester on, I turned the header on, I forgot to drop the header, and I started going forward. I did not destroy any of the fields, and then that's when I realized, you know what? This has narrow tires on it. I'm not going to destroy any crops, so if you guys have ever used like that full stop mod or whatever, using this harvester, it's just not going to be necessary. So that's pretty darn sweet. We're going to park this guy right here for just a minute or so. We're going to be doing a little bit of maneuvering around. While that was harvesting, I actually went and got our soil sampler and I started taking soil samples. So I figured I'd come back in and finish up the rest, just kind of show you what's what. So if you notice down in the map there, the screen is blinking a little bit. That means it's in the process of taking the soil sample. And now that it's stopped, we have our soil sample. So we just have these two little parts right here, and then we should have this field fully sampled. And then what you're going to want to go ahead and do is I need to hit my little menu right here, and it's Y. Y is the one where you send the soil samples up for analysis. Well, that's not Y. There we go. That's why. And then you'll be prompted, the soil samples are now sent to the laboratory for analysis. You will soon see the results on the soil type map soon. All right. The soil type map is up in here. And then this will go ahead and it'll show you. See, it already plopped on in there for us. That's good. So we got loamy sand, sandy loam. All right. What does that mean? I'll be honest with you guys, I'm not 100% sure, other than I know that each soil type requires slightly different pH levels, slightly different nitrogen. Nitrogen is all kind of the same. But the pH level, I think that's where it kind of differs, if I remember correctly, like how much stuff you actually physically need on the field to make things happen. So I want to say that's what's going on with that guy. We'll take and we'll drive this guy back. We'll put this away, And then we'll come back and see what we got for a total yield on this. We're going to go ahead and place that in just a second here too. So I'm going to hop in cab. It's just a little bit easier for me to maneuver this around in here when I'm in cab. I always got lights up there. I don't remember if you can have... Yeah, if I remember correctly, I think you can turn these lights on and off. Let's see, is this it? Is it? Nope, that doesn't do anything. Maybe it turns on at night. I don't know. I do not know. So we'll take this guy, drive it out. Oh, look at that. Didn't even hit anything. How about that? How about that? All right. So we'll hobble on over here. We'll grab our wagon here, and we'll end up taking a look at our prices. Let's see what we got for a total yield. It was not immense, that's for sure. So we got a total of 5,666 liters, which isn't terrible. It's not great, but it's not terrible. So let's take a look here real quick and see what we have for prices for canola. Okay, so prices are going up right now. We only have mule and land handle. I'm not sure where either one of these guys are, to be honest with you. Okay, so land handle's right there, and mule is up there. But we're not going to worry about that for right now. No, yes. Untag. Good. We're going to go ahead and just kind of see where prices go to see what's going to make the most amount of sense for us. Should we go ahead and send it to mule or land handle? So we're just going to take and dump this for the time being. While we're driving over here, I just go ahead and give you a little FYI or info on myself. I am an electrician from the great state of Wisconsin. I actually do stream. Other than this, YouTube, I'm new to YouTube. I will give you that. I'm very new to YouTube. But I do stream, and you can actually find me on Twitch. Now, if you guys haven't heard of Twitch before, it's Twitch TV. You can stream stuff on there. A lot of live streams that happen on there. And you can actually find me at Nutz28. That's LOCKNUTZ 28. So that's where you can go ahead and find me if you so dare to watch me do other things. I do other gameplays. I actually have a playthrough right now on Shamrock Valley. And that's where we have our two favorite buddies. If you guys want to know who they are, they got Farmer A and Sven. Sven is our helper. You know how you hire a helper or you do course play or whatever and you have that person go out and do it? That's what our helper's name is. His name is Sven. And as for Farmer A, well, I'm not very good with names. I'm not very original. Let's just keep it that way for right now. So I'm going to take and park this right here for the time being while we go ahead and we're going to come over and grab our harvester and put this guy away for just a second. And that'll give us an opportunity to talk about what we're going to end up doing here. Now, I want to say we go with soybeans. I know it's not a very high yielding crop, but we all know soybeans are a great crop. They grow fast and you get a high sell value or there's a high sell point for them. So I think we're going to go ahead and plant some soybeans in there just to kind of help give ourselves a little bit of cash a little bit quicker, just to kind of see what we want to do on this game here. So we're going to go ahead, we're going to back this guy up in here, and I think this is going to be the harvester's home. I think this will work out pretty slick. Yeah, why not? Why not? All right. Oh my gosh, that's not what I want to do. We want to turn that thing off, and I'm going to tab over to this guy. So let's go ahead and let's take a look at what we're going to end up doing here for equipment-wise. Oh my goodness, this isn't the buy menu. Oh, Lord. So it starts. So it starts. Let's take a look. I don't remember. I have a... Yeah, this is what I was thinking of. I got this seeder here. It's a seeder slash planter. I mean, it does everything. It's a mod. It's a direct drill as well. I think I'm going to go ahead and use this guy. So let's take a look. Let's see what color options we actually have. Oh my gosh, we got all of them. Everything. Well, I tell you what. I mean... Yeah, I think we're just going to leave everything standard for right now. I'm going to splurge and get the fertilizer adaptation. That way we can go ahead and fertilize the field as well. It knocks us up $2,000. I mean, let's do it. Let's do it. All right, we're doing it. Okay, we're doing it. Let's take a look at what we're... No, we're not going to do big bags. I have a mod in here. Right here. So we are going to go ahead and use these guys right here. We are going to buy bulk. Yes. Okay. And then we're going to go over here and let's buy some solid fert. Bulk. Buy. I do not have enough money. Well, that figures. We're going to go ahead and not fertilize. Yeah. Yes, we're going to go ahead and fertilize. We'll at least get one state down. Now, by going ahead and doing that, we are making the sacrifice not to lime. I kind of figured that was going to be how we were going to start rocking and rolling with this. We're just not going to do it. Now, that field, it needs to be plowed. It needs to be limed. But we're not going to do those right as of this moment. Well, actually, you know what? We could lease. Let's take a look once we get over here at the leasing options for... do we want to go with a... Yeah, I think we'll go with a plow. I was trying to debate whether to go with a plow or a subsoiler or something like that. So let's take a look at this really quick and see what we actually have as an option. Alrighty then. Let's see, and let's go on here. Plows. What do we got for a plow? That's going to be our cheapest one. To lease it would be $400. Well, I think we're going to go ahead. And lease this. Yeah, we'll go ahead and lease this. We'll get this done. We're not going to have a lot of operating hours. And eventually, I think we'll end up buying this guy. To be 100% honest with you. So what I'm going to do right now, guys, is I am going to hop off. I'm going to go ahead and take care of this. And I will bring you back in when I got things a lot farther along. Alright, bringing you back in here. We have made some progress. Oh my goodness, I missed that. I got to take care of that. I'm sorry. We have got to just take care of that. Yeah, we have made progress. We got the land plowed up. We've gone and seeded pretty much this whole thing. Let's come bring you back in for the last little bit so you see what's going on here. And oh my gosh, I didn't even turn that thing back on. Let's try that again. One thing that I have noticed, and it's going to force us to take a look at some things on what we want to do on the farm, is if you notice, I'm going to go ahead and turn this corner around here. Yeah, it's kind of hard to tell. It's easier to tell when you're kind of on the other end. The front end of this thing is pretty darn light for this particular seeder. We didn't have much of an issue, to be honest with you, with the plow, even though the plow did require 100 horsepower. This thing is 95, so I mean, it's close enough. We didn't see an issue with this thing bouncing around or anything. It wasn't until we got this setup in here. that we started having issues. I noticed when I was driving it back over here to the farm, we had some issues with it. But, you know, as of right now, it's going to have to do. Now, one thing I do have happening here is that you might be saying, well, geez, if that's the case, or, you know, we have some of these other issues, or with the liming, why don't you just take out a loan? I could take out a loan. We could take that route, but I'm going to try and not take out loans. I'm not opposed to them. I'm not going to say, hey, we're not doing loans. That's not happening. But what we are going to try and do is we are going to try and limit how many loans that we do. This isn't an official rule. It's just more of a thing that I think we should try and aim for. Having a good goal, I guess, is the best way to look at it. Yeah, see right there, it's kind of lifting up off the ground here. And what we're going to do is, actually, you know what, we're right here. We're not going to get cows right at this second, but we are going to rotate this, kind of put it in place. Well, that's not it. There we go. We want to rotate, oh boy. We want to raise the height here back up to where it was. I clicked the wrong thing here. Yeah, there we go. I'm doing it right now. We want to get this over to 90 degrees. Sorry if the keyboard's kind of loud, guys. Alright, let's take and move this back in here. Oh my goodness. There we go. I think right about in there's good. It's out of the way. You know what? Let's go like this. Let's go like this. Let's rotate it here so it's kind of sitting back in the corner like that. Like that. Wage payment. Huh. Not sure what that's about. I'll try and figure that one out later. Yes, confirm. Yes, I am sure. Reason I just wanted to get that out of the way because we're going to be driving through here. Oh, you can see it right here. You can see how the front end of that thing's sticking up quite a bit. We're going to be driving through here quite a bit, so I just kind of want to get that tucked out of the way so it's not going to be too much of an issue here. We're going to go ahead and take a look at what we have to work with coming up, what we want to have for a tractor, because that was one thing that I was looking at, is that if this thing is going to pop up out of the ground, what do we want for a tractor that's going to be able to compensate for that? So let's drop that off. Let's take a look at our tractors. And I think I know what we're going to do. Now, I was kind of digging around in this before. This guy, even though it has this front linkage on it, I'm not sure, maybe I don't have the right update, but I don't have an option. I have front loader attachment, but that's it. I don't, forestry, yes, but I don't have anything on there to put a front PTO on. So I'm not sure what's going on. Do I need to have the larger engine in this thing for that to work? I'm not seeing that. We can't have the larger engine because it jacks it up too much. So that one's a no-go. But we come over here and take a look at this one, and this one has weights in the front. So this might be the one we go ahead and look at. And you might be saying to yourself, well, geez, it's only 45 horsepower. You're right. But this thing, we can jack this thing up. There are engine upgrades up the wazoo. We start off with the 533 and you have 45 horsepower. You can upgrade it and get 52 horsepower or 60 horsepower. You think we're done there? No, you can get a whopping 67 horsepower out of this little tank. Oh my gosh. She's a beaut. Absolute beaut. Oh my goodness. So that might be the direction we head in here eventually, to get something that will weigh down the front so we can have a weighted front. Alright, so I think what we're going to go ahead and do here is, oh geez, what do we want to do with this? I think, now you take a look at the weather. I did turn down time a little bit here. I'm going to try and keep time for the most part running at 5 times. I don't know if this is our, Oh yeah, we don't want those doors open. We don't want those doors open. Now, we might be going ahead and looking at some contracts to do. And you see if their rain is in the near future. So I think what we're going to go ahead and do is take a look at our contracts, see what we have, see if there's anything we can do. Harvesting barley. We could harvest cotton. That one we're probably not going to do. Harvesting oat and harvesting wheat. And as you see, we cannot get anything. There is nothing up here. Now, one thing I do have on is I do have on multiple contracts. So I think we're going to go ahead and accept this one, accept that one. Okay, for a second there I thought I accepted the wrong one. And we'll accept that guy as well. Oh my goodness. Yep, things are going to be happening here. Things are going to be happening here. And I think that's where we're going to go ahead and wrap this one up for us. So if you guys wouldn't mind, if you like what you heard here, you like what you've seen, hopefully you guys will come back. But if you don't want to come back, at least can you go ahead and smash that like button or even hit the follow, subscribe. I'm not sure what's down there. I got to take a peek myself, but I do know there's a like button down there. If you could go ahead and hit that like button, I'd really appreciate it. And most importantly, thanks for stopping by.